Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Amy's Artistic Galore. And in this video, first of all, I want to say that I know I have terrible lighting right now. I have a really bad going on headache, so bear with me on that. And in this video, I'm going to be discussing my syncope. Not only that, but I'm also going to be discussing on why I haven't been doing photography. So basically why I've been gearing more of my videos towards drawing and coloring on my iPad and working with paper more than working with my camera. So let's get into it. And please keep in mind, when I'm talking about my syncope, I am not giving you a diagnosis. So if you ever think you have a syncope, there are different subtypes, which I'm not gonna get into every single one. I'm not gonna get into all the gist of what all the symptoms are. Basically, so if you think you have syncope, then I highly recommend you talk to your healthcare provider and explain how you're feeling. Be very specific. Don't let them say oh, it's just anxiety, okay? No, make sure you see someone, even if that means seeing a specialist, getting a referral. It's very serious. Syncope is a very serious thing. But anyway, let's get into it. All right, so I got a diagnosis of unspecified syncope back in early June of 2025, so this year, and it's been quite a while, and it's actually weird to talk about, but this video is more to spread awareness about my syncope. And I'm going to try and explain it as best as I can. And so there's not just one type of syncope, there are different types, as I've said earlier, indicated earlier. There's 7 types. But that's something I'm not going to talk about every single symptom. There's cardiac, there's vascular. I'm not saying that right. I butcher words sometimes, you guys, and I am so sorry for that. There's orthostatic, orthostatic hypotension. I'm trying to think here. Anyway, there's various other ones, and I'm not a professional, so that's why I'm not going to explain to you guys, and I'm not going to give you the indication of this is what you have. No, that is not my intention. So I'm trying to be very clear on that. For my syncope, what I go through is, it's something that I can sometimes feel it coming and sometimes I can't. And a lot of people have asked me, well, what is syncope? Well, in short term, I say it's a word for fainting. It's when you pass out. And it's similar to pre-syncope, but pre-syncope is when you feel like you're going to pass out, which is something I have also experienced as well. And it's something that comes along with having autonomic dysfunction, which I've talked about that in some of my previous videos. And there are also other studies have shown that it can be linked to trauma. I'm 50% on that, like maybe not with me, and that's not something I'm going to discuss on my channel just for your guys' sake and mine. There are ways to help manage your syncope, and the way I manage my syncope is with water, using a wedge pillow, which I will link that down below. Shout out to my friend V for buying me a wedge pillow. Thank you so much. She's so sweet. And there's with the electrolytes also, which increasing your sodium intake. So I will also have salty snacks, because if I don't get enough sodium in me, then I'm gonna have a higher chance of syncope. Like also if I'm stressing out more over something that's going on in my life, then yes, that can trigger my syncope. And there are various other triggers. My biggest ones are, which it's embarrassing, and some people would find it silly. Some people wouldn't believe, but like, okay, like everyone's gonna have their own opinion. My biggest triggers are walking up the stairs. Yeah. And I'd have to say getting up. You know, like when you get up from your desk or from your... Did I really just say that? Like getting up from your chair, getting up from your couch, or getting up from out of bed, from taking a nap, or from a 6 to 8 hour sleep. Getting up. Yeah. Because if I get up too fast, I will not only get dizzy and lightheaded, but then again, there's the possibility of me getting syncope. And my biggest advice that I would have to give when given a diagnosis like this, just from my experience, is to not think about it in such a negative way. Think about it in a way of, I know I can manage my symptoms, and this is what I need to do. I need to hydrate constantly. I need to make sure I'm getting enough rest. I need to make sure I'm taking care of myself properly, not pushing myself too hard, not putting myself through a lot of stressful situations. So thinking about it in a way that, like, there's some positive ways, because you can manage your symptoms, which is very positive if you think about it, then I think that there's going to be the less likelihood of you going through a less syncope, whatever you would like to call it, syncope flare-up, syncope episode. So that's just a good way to look at it, and that's how I look at it personally, because looking at something so negative and only negative is not healthy. And that's just a tip coming from personal experience. And getting into why I haven't been doing photography lately, or just like even talking about it. So I'm going to be completely honest with you. So my body doesn't handle the heat well. And so when I'm in a warm environment, I don't feel good. And which it's gotten kind of scary for me at times, because if I don't have water, which, like, this says cucumber water in it, which some people are like, ew, that's so gross. Okay, yeah, I get that, which not having some water, some salt, and some electrolytes, bringing that outside with you, or when you're in a warm environment, that can be a scary situation. Just like not being prepared, because I've been outside at times to where I'm looking for some inspiration or I'm taking some pictures, and I see black for a few seconds, and then I have to catch myself. I have to put my hand onto a building, or I have to find a way to make myself stable really quickly, because in a matter of seconds, oh my gosh, I almost hit the ground and nobody's around. So, which is a really scary situation. And it was a big wake-up call for me personally, because getting syncopy and pre-syncopy episodes outside, whether someone was around or someone wasn't, is just scary. So I haven't, that's a big reason why I haven't been doing photography as much, which, like, climate change has gotten really weird. It's gotten really warm here in North Dakota where I live. It's usually in the 70s to even higher 80s. So it can be 89 degrees, which is really warm. And it kind of reminds me of living in Texas, because the Texas heat can be really hot, and I don't like the heat in itself. So I like staying indoors in cool places. So something that I've been trying to get at is that even though I've been channeling my all right. Even though I've been making more videos of art, and I've told you guys I'd be giving out photography tips and tricks and what I've learned, yada yada, it has been very challenging lately, because going outside has been a wake-up call. It's gotten more challenging for my autonomic dysfunction. And so that doesn't mean that I'm not giving up on photography. It just hasn't gotten cold outside yet, and it can be hard to take pictures outside, and it can be a little scary when you're not fully prepared in a heated environment, in a warm environment. Although, however, I still like coloring my photography pictures, and with how all the leaves aren't on the trees really much anymore, because we're, I think, in the middle of fall now, even though it doesn't feel like it. Like, okay, I have to check what's the temperature today. So the low is going to be 59, which was earlier this morning, and the high is going to be 79. If you can, okay, you guys can't see that. I wish you could. That is crazy, unnecessary, and it's gross. So I honestly don't mind coloring my previous photography pictures on my iPad. I don't mind drawing for you guys. I love it. It's so fun. I love entertaining you guys. I love it when you guys watch my videos. And like, if I started making more videos about just art in general, but I would still color my photography, that would be I think that'd be perfectly fine with me, honestly, because even though I would still be taking pictures outside, that is all for now. I will see you in the next one. Bye!